Still got the receipt in this fucker. $88 at Home Goods. Let's double check my mic real quick. No, fuck it. You know what? I'm too scared that I'm not going to pick up any. Welcome back to the Unrelatable Show. We're kind of on a roll here, folks. Episode 5. Thanks for tuning in. It's been an awesome few episodes. If you're watching this, it's the new year. It's 2026, and it was just Christmas for us Christians. If you're Jewish, happy late Hanukkah. When you're 23 years old, you've been able to talk to your friends about Christmas or whatever at school and what you got or whatever. I had the privilege of being able to do so. And it gets weird when you're 23 in the workforce now. We're on 50-year-old adults. I went up to my coworker, who's 55, mind you, and he has full, children and a wife. And I go, how was your Christmas? He goes, it was good, I was like, he goes, how was yours? I was like, it was great. I started getting ahead of myself. I was like, I got a new camera, and I got a new dress shirt, yada, yada. And I was like, forget about me. What did you get for Christmas? And he goes, I got a divorce. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. I feel like every single white dad in Carlsbad in San Diego, North County, San Diego, got a weighted vest for Christmas. You guys seeing this? Looks like they're training for Afghanistan. You're like, they're pacing the driveway like they're SEAL Team 6, but really, the most dangerous mission that they're going to go on today is finding a parking spot at Costco, on a Saturday. They're training to get first in line, for the sample, for the free sample, or for the fucking, have you seen these park it chairs, dude? People are just picking these up left and right, dude. It's like a fat ass's dream who has no job. These weighted vests, I don't know what they're training for. It's an eyesore. It's scary. I thought we had ice in my neighborhood. I don't think this is a crazy take. By the way, this episode is not sponsored by Body Armor. It's not. I just picked this up actually at Vaughn's, and it tastes amazing. I think a lot of these liquid IVs really pitch a whole it's gonna get you right. This one does really well. So, not that it's going to ever give me an ad for Body Armor, but what's crazy is I was actually shopping at CVS just the other day because I was actually looking for a 2026 planner because I'm like that, because I plan shit. And I got one planner. That's it. And then a pack of gum. The total was $10, mind you. It was $10. I go to the checkout at CVS, and then the receipt is printed out, and it is, I don't know, must be 10 feet long. I don't know what's going on with fucking CVS receipts now, but it looks like the fucking 10 commandments can be on this thing. The receipt is worth more than the item that I bought. What ungodly amount of paper do you need to describe on here? It's just like, I started reading it, and it was just in Mandarin at one point. It wasn't even English. I didn't even know what was going on. How much coupons are necessary on a fucking receipt? How much information are you reading someone their Miranda rights? Are you giving them the entire word for word of Roe v. Wade on a receipt? It doesn't make any sense to me. We're going to be traveling a lot in 2026. I got a big travel year ahead of me, Pretty soon here, I'm going to Mexico for the first time, which should be interesting, And when I'm in airports, I'm noticing, bro, have you seen this? People are rocking wired earphones now? Kind of rude and annoying. What's next? We're going to go back to car phones? I feel like you're going backwards in time, I feel like if you're rocking wired earbuds, you've got to be somebody. You've got to be a dignitary, a professional chef, an actor, an actress. You've got to be someone in this world to have wired earbuds. Because if you're not, you just look like you can't afford AirPods or a wireless audio device. Only can established people wear, if you see Jacob Elordi wearing wired earbuds, which, mind you, that man rocks beautifully. He is a wired earbud type, You look at Bella Hadid, wired earbud type. And, that reminds me, when did people stop giving a fuck about dressing at the airport? I get you want to be comfortable, but my God, you're going to throw in a sweat set. It looks like you just went to 24-hour fitness. You're in the sauna for 3 hours. Now I got to sit next to you on a 4-hour flight to Atlanta. What happened to the day of wearing some suits and dresses, you know? You think they had a 5 a.m. flight? They didn't give a fuck. I know my grandfather's probably throwing on some cologne, dude, that you could smell him from 2 acres away. He's waiting in line with a briefcase that has probably nothing but notepads and pencils in it. But they showed up ready to go at the airport. I'm seeing kids, they got their fucking bulky-ass Labubu bags. You can't even see their face. They're just full of just sweatpant material, fleece. It's like no one gives a shit anymore. You know, people stopped caring a long time ago. You know, it started in the classroom and now it's at the airport and now it's in the plane. Next thing you know, people are going to be showing up to the office with just a Chrome Heart sweat set and with their wired earbuds to make it even worse. Have any of you guys seen this guy called Magnus Carlsen? He's the chess grandmaster from Norway. And the guy's been very good. He's extremely controversial, but you've probably seen him. I'll throw up a quick clip right now in the edit right now. I don't usually do a quick clip. I'm going to throw up a quick clip of him real quick. You see him? He kind of like walks really weird, really quickly. You know, he always kind of, you know what he kind of like reminds me of? He kind of looks like, I don't mean to disrespect this man's name, but he looks a little bit like an overweight Charlie Kirk. For some reason, I've seen this guy's face everywhere. I don't know. It's a lot of AI images. Anyways, this Magnus Carlsen guy, you know, he walks around like he's always late to something. He looks like he is never on time. For a chess grandmaster, this guy, you know, spent, you know, all his VC on chess gameplay. Bro, guy just needs a calendar. I mean, the guy looks like he's looking for the continental breakfast at a Four Seasons, and it's like 9:30 and the thing's gonna close at 9:45. The guy is stressed out. He's just looking for some scrambled eggs and he's worried he's not gonna get some. I mean, he looks like how I looked when my parents had a family friend over from like, you know, fucking Georgia that I've never met before. They decided to spring this on me on a Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. and I gotta go downstairs and meet them. They're like, "Hey, Lucas, Aunt Jolie is visiting downstairs. You want to come out and see her?" And I'm there, you know, I just finished like jerking off and I'm like, I gotta go down and meet this woman and I could quickly wash my hand and, you know, I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you." You know, I was probably a bad face. But yeah, the Magnus guy, he's an interesting look. He's got a look to him that's, it's interesting. You know, he might be autistic. I don't know if he's autistic or not. If he is, God bless him. But you know what? I feel like with recent events, you know, even if you're autistic, you're in the limelight now and you know, equal opportunity offending, as they like to call it. And you know what? That's all pretty much I got for this episode. People told me to keep it shorter. I have a life to live and I don't want to watch your bullshit anymore. And you know what? I don't give a fuck, but I do give a fuck just enough to shorten it just a little bit. So if there's enough interest on it, I'll keep it going. I'll keep the ball rolling. All right. We got candles now. We lit these fuckers up. All right. We're moving. And then, you know what? I hope something stood out to you today. I hope you had a great day. I hope you fucking enjoyed it.